Hello, my name is Grace Campfield. I am applying to ACC's Mortuary Science program with the goal of getting my funeral director license and embalming license, as well as furthering my knowledge of mortuary science and death care. I'm currently employed at Swan Law Funeral Directors in Colorado Springs, where I was recently promoted from a part-time funeral assistant position to a full-time position. I'm shadowing one of our funeral directors during arrangement conferences. I check in cremated remains and fill urns. I gather death certificate information, contact families once their loved ones are in our care, and I assist during funeral services when I'm needed. Over the past couple weeks, I've found that I've become a lot more comfortable interacting with families during these arrangement conferences. At first, I was really nervous and very overwhelmed by all the information that I was learning, but I've come to understand that I know more than I think I know, and I'm more capable than I think I am. I believe I'm very prepared for the academic load of this program. All of my general education requirements have been completed, so I'm very eager to get into the full course load. This is something I am sincerely passionate about, something I plan to turn into a lifelong career, something that will be stable and fulfilling. While I know working a full-time job while studying this full-time course load will definitely be very demanding, I think that whatever I learn during my studies can directly apply to my job, allowing me to better serve the families that come into our funeral home. As for my scientific preparedness, I have access to my funeral home's care center where we perform all of our embalmings and cremations. I've gotten to witness cremations and some embalmings. After I complete my 10 embalmings with ACC, I'll have to complete the other 15 on my own to get my embalming license. I know that our care center, as well as Denver Mortuary Science, are very good resources for me to be able to complete those. I'm also incredibly interested in restorative art, as this is something that I haven't really been able to witness or do, and I'm very detail oriented, so I know that I would really thrive. I do think it's important to note that I will be emotionally prepared for this program as well. I am very grateful to have worked in the funeral industry prior to applying to this program, as it's really allowed me to witness the realities of death care and determine that this is still something that I wish to do. I've witnessed my fair share of particularly tragic deaths, people who've taken their lives, the deaths of children and infants, deaths that have left people completely unrecognizable. This is the worst day of the family's life. My job is to essentially fade into the background, make sure everything goes seamlessly so that the family can focus on their grief and on their loved one. Whatever emotions I may feel, I can't allow the family to see that. I do believe it's important to feel those emotions, but I can't let it take over my life either. As for the business side of things, I will admit that I definitely have a lot more to learn. But I definitely have become more comfortable working with Compass and HMIS over the past couple of months. In Compass, we log decedent condition, case contacts, mortuary services, etc. And in HMIS, we create the contract for the families, as well as look up any pre-needs that the families may have purchased. We have a very hardworking administration team and a manager who readily acknowledges our successes and encourages us all the time. I hope to further provide a welcoming and open atmosphere for families and allow them to express their wishes and their grief without judgment. I feel particularly passionate about making discussions surrounding death less scary, as we tend to ignore it until we can't anymore. Allowing families the space to be open and honest with each other during this difficult time and hopefully allow them to focus on their grief and the life that their loved one lived rather than their worries. I greatly appreciate your time and thank you very much for your consideration.